R.L. Clark is a children's author who writes and illustrates her own books based off real life experiences with her own children, thus inspiring her to write and draw relatable stories in order to connect with other families. A passion for art and a love for her children's equal unforgettable memories, love, adventure, and quirky comedy. R.L. Clark has turned an unexpected hobby into a passion that she desires to share with you. And on today's episode of our interview, it's my utmost pleasure and joy to have on the show today, Clark. How are you doing, Clark?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine as well. It's so lovely to have you on the show today. I'm excited.
Thank you. Me too. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, Clark, could you tell us about your book, Anthony, A Day of Toys, which is a first book in the series of the In the Shadow series? How does this book come about? What inspired you to write Anthony, A Day of Toys?
Anthony Toys was inspired by my own children. They
Oh,
gave me the inspiration to write this story. Just dealing with everyday life experiences and watching them grow and learn together was my inspiration to create this story.
it's amazing. And please, could you show it to the camera if you have a picture
Yeah.
or a sample of it there? Oh, nice
Example of
design. Yeah, I can see. So it keep going
yeah.
off and on. Yeah, Anthony, A Day of Toys.
Yeah.
Lovely. I can see. Beautiful.
Okay, great. That one's
Now,
available on Amazon.
oh yeah. Now for readers who haven't read the book yet and without giving much information away, could we have a sneak of what we'd expect picking up the book?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Yeah, in case of yeah, for readers who haven't read the book yet, and of course, without giving much information away, could we have a
Mhm.
sneak of what we'd expect picking up the book?
Well, Anthony Adair Toys is a story about a young boy who has a great love for toys. His biggest distraction is toys.
Oh,
But during the story, it's also one of his biggest lessons. He learns that there's a time and place for his toys, and when he can play and actually have fun and enjoy it, a day of toys. He also learns that in the most difficult moment, which is trying to take one to school and he knows he's not supposed to take it to school. He learns that
oh,
even in those moments when he's not supposed to play with toys, he might end up getting the chance to play with a toy.
oh. Wow, that's amazing. I like the sound of
Mm-hmm.
it. And now, since it's a series book, could you also tell us about the making of the second series? That is Anthony, the mischievous cat chase. Would you love to talk about that too?
Yes. So Anthony Adair Toys is a four-part book series, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
which Anthony the Mischievous Cat Chase is the second book in that series. And it's just a continuance of Anthony Adair Toys. That book is picking up from Anthony learning and being patient with the toys and also growing into the household where he's with his sibling, his sister, which if you get the book and read the story, his sister name is Amelia.
Oh,
And then that, yes, and in that story, Anthony the Mischievous Cat Chase, it's a day of chaos with his pet. He has a pet cat, and his pet cat is always getting into some type of mischief, and he has to keep busy with keeping his pet from tearing up the house and,
mm.
um, tearing things down while also taking care of his pet.
Wow, that sounds intriguing to me. I love the sound of it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
a-
Thank you.
absolutely. Now, I also love to ask you, Clark, as authors, we all have different ways of reacting to feedbacks and criticism of our works. I'm
Yeah.
curious to know your opinion about criticism. How do you react to negative reviews of your books if you've ever had one in time past?
Well, I haven't received one as of yet, thank goodness, not yet. But I think all criticism can be good criticism,
Yeah.
especially the criticism that can help you build from where you started. You can always learn something
Absolutely.
new learn something new. You can always, become better with criticism depending on what type of criticism you get.
Yeah.
I'm not a negative person, so I really don't take any criticism as bad criticism. I take it as a stepping stone. You
Wow.
can always take it and twist it. I can twist it into something that can be positive, even if it's negative.
Absolutely. I love your take
Yeah.
on criticism. Really sounds intriguing to
Thank you.
me. Yeah. Now, I'm also curious to know if you experienced any challenges in the process of writing the Anthony book series. If there is any, could you share with us what challenge it is and how you ultimately overcame it?
Um, Honestly, there's like lots of challenges. One being, especially myself, in my own opinion, being a mother first and
Oh.
not really having any insight on writing. I had to go to school, and kind of pick up and learn to come into my creative space, creative
Mm,
writing. So that was one challenge for me. I learned from that. I picked that up and then I just ran with it. Um, Also, another challenge with writing, sometimes you're afraid to just start. It
absolutely.
could be your own self-sabotage sometimes that keeps you from moving
Mm,
forward. And I had to overcome that, overcome the fear of what if I'm not good enough? What if, my stories don't reach the audience? What if, the kids are not interested or they don't like the drawings or the illustrations or it's
mm,
so many, fears and doubts that come within writing and become an author. You sometimes it's just your own battle with yourself in your mind. But I think once you surpass all that and you become confident within yourself and your writing and
yeah.
you build your skills and actually go for it, anything's
Mm,
possible. Anything's possible.
absolutely. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
your take on that. Really makes for an interesting discussion. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
sharing.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah. Now, apart from the In the Shadow book series, do you have any other works you've authored or maybe currently working on?
Yes, I'm working on two books. One I just released, which is called Will on Wheels. That one is a story about a child with disabilities who just
Mm,
wants to be included and not excluded when it comes to any life events or by his peers rather in school.
mm,
So that one has just been released and it's available as well on Amazon.
wow.
And I'm also working on one that will be released early next year in January 2024,
Mm,
which is entitled Tony and Talia Finds a Home. And that one is a story based upon foster care. It's about two young siblings who's in foster care and they end up finding a really good home. So I'm currently working on that one. So that one's in the works and I'm enjoying every moment of it.
wow. I love your take. I really love the sound of your book. Sounds pretty interesting. I
Thank
look
you.
forward to it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, Clark, could you tell us what publishing is like for a published author like yourself? Are there any challenges you've encountered ever since it got published?
Yes. Publishing has its perks, of course. Having a publisher
Absolutely.
changes everything, especially
Yeah.
when you go from being self-published to being published. I was just saying publishing has its perks and a lot of great opportunities for those who are looking to open more doors when it comes to networking and
Yeah.
marketing and reaching a broader audience. With
Yeah.
publishing, you can do a lot of those things.
Absolutely. That's great. Absolutely. Now, is there
Yeah.
anything that you would love to share with the viewers about your books that we did not mention in this interview and you'd love the viewers to know?
Honestly, my books are just aimed for families and individuals to actually have fun and bond with. So I would
Yeah.
love for anyone who's interested to pick up a book and find out, they're good bonding tools for families to actually sit down and relate to. I do take my books personally when it comes to how I create them because it comes from my personal and own life experiences. So I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of people can relate to these stories based upon your everyday lives.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes them fun and unique. So that's it.
Absolutely. I love the sound of that. Now, I also love to ask you, Clark, As a published
Yes.
author, what sort of advice do you have for other writers who are still struggling with publishing a book like yours? What would you advise people in this category?
Advice would be go for it. Keep writing, keep pushing. There's no failures in not, in
Mm,
trying, at least putting the effort forward and actually pushing something out. No
absolutely.
matter what, no matter what the outcome may be, the finished product is always the most amazing feeling ever.
Yeah,
So my advice would be do it,
yeah,
do it.
do
And if
it.
you're really invested into do it, yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself,
absolutely. Yeah.
you
I
can do
love
it.
I love the fact that you mentioned that don't doubt yourself because sometimes we might be our own worst critic. We can be our own worst enemy, like, oh, is it good enough for publication? No, hold on, let me wait a little bit. Yeah, so thank you so much for your
Right.
advice.
Yeah. Yeah. Put it out there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your advice. And I'm hopeful that viewers, including myself, would love to utilize it. Now, Clark, in case we have some interested viewers who are watching this interview and they would love to get a
Mhm.
copy of your book, on what platform are they available on for purchase?
They are available on Amazon, of course. You can download or Google your Amazon Prime and order from Amazon by just searching either my name, which is R.L. Clark, R by the book's title.
Mm,
If you would like to purchase that way, and also through my personal website, which is renisha.wixsite at authorrlclark.com.
yeah. And I left a link in the description part of this interview where interested viewers can get a copy of R.L. Clark's books directly on Amazon and also via our own website. So thank you so much, Clark, for accepting the
Thank
invitation
you.
to be featured on P English Literature. It's awesome having this conversation with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.